So, jetzt gehen wir mal erstmal nochmal ein Quicksave machen. So. Dann gehen wir zu unserem Dude nach unten und nochmal ein bisschen mit der Crew quatschen. Weil es war jetzt hier wieder ein massiver Story-Part. Außerdem müssen wir Zeug verkaufen. Haben halt mal wieder zu viel. Yo, dude.
Looking for supplies?
Let's see what you've got.
You bet, Commander.
Also man sieht, ich habe auch so ein bisschen Geld auf der Seite. Das ist nett. So. Mittlerweile bin ich sogar der Meinung, ich verkaufe alles unter Stufe 6. Weil sonst habe ich nämlich irgendwann wirklich viel zu viel Schissel. So, was hat er denn hier? Sniper Rifle. Interessiert mich nicht. Compare. 330. Nice, die kriegt der Rex. Accept. Medium Armaturian. Interessiert mich nicht. Tornado, erzähl mir. Jo. Ja. Assault Rifle haben wir gerade eine geholt. Sorry, Karpov ist geiler. Was ist das? So ein Schuss. Boah. So habe ich ihn gerade die Tornado 8 gekauft, wenn die Hammer, was auch immer, so nice ist. Das sind die Armee. Boah. Boah. Dann muss die auch richtig geil sein. Alter. Ich hatte gerade 1 Million Credits. Jetzt habe ich nur noch 56.000. Wie scheiße teuer war denn der Mist? Und ich dachte, ja komm, musst du nicht aufs Geld gucken, ne? Zack, alle reingedonnert und jetzt bin ich arm. Ja gut, der Rest ist scheiße. Wie geil. Einfach mal die ganze Kohle verbraten. Alter. Guck mal hier, 276 und die ist halt, die macht es halt einfach fertig. Alter Latz. Aber gut, dann habe ich mit der Tornado 8 wenigstens was für den Rex. aber ohne Witz. Einfach mal 1 Million Credits rausgepulvert. Geiler Scheiß. So. Tungsten Rounds habe ich schon drin. Rail Extension. Oh, Combat Scanner. 6. Das ist genau, was ich brauche. In die Shotgun. Was hat er hier drin? Die Shredder Rounds. Das sieht so aus, als hätte ich nichts Besseres. Rail Extensions. 7. Kinetic Stabilizer. Was macht der? Weapon Stability. Die Heat Absorption. Das gefällt mir nicht so ganz. Das Geile ist. Na gut, dann. Bleibt das wohl so. Krass. So. Erstmal zwischenspeichern.
Commander, what can I do for you? Something bothering you?
It's Saren.
I'm starting to wonder whether we'll ever find him. He's always one step ahead of us, and he's got those damn Geth.
We're getting close, Garrus. We'll find him.
I wish I had your confidence. I just can't stand the thought of him getting away with everything he's done. I know you're doing everything you can, and if anyone can catch him, it's you, but if there's anything else I can do to help, anything, just tell me what you want me to do, and I'll do it.
I understand your concern, but we'll find him. Just make sure you're ready to go when we do.
Yes, sir. I'll be ready. Can I ask you something, Commander?
What is it?
Are you worried that the Council might be protecting Saren? I mean, they were really dragging their heels before. What if we find him, bring him back to the Citadel, and they refuse to act?
You seem to have some thoughts on this. Speak your mind, Garrus.
Well, maybe we shouldn't give them the chance, Commander. In my opinion, Saren's too dangerous to be kept alive. Too much could happen. He could escape, or the Council might let him go. If we find him, when we find him, I say we make sure we stop him permanently.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad you see it that way. I never had any intention of capturing that bastard. When I see him, he dies.
Good. The Council won't like it, but they can't stop you either. You see, this is why I want to be a Spectre. You never have to worry about bureaucratic idiots making a mess of everything.
Just make sure you're ready when it happens.
Yes, sir.
So, dann. Garrus. Du bekommst die geile Snipe. Rex kommst. Hier. Und die Tornado 8. Kriegst du noch. Kriegst mal die 6er Variante und kriegst du Extension rein. Ist der besser 6 haben wir schon. Kriegst die Ton 7. Kriegst die Garrus. Das kannst du. Tragen. Dibi, danke für den Host. Ah, und jetzt geht auch der Host alle. Nice. Nicer Scheiß. Alle nicht so geil. Finde ich. Taschensitz. Ah gut, der hat ja auch schon.
Commander?
Do you have a few minutes to talk one-on-one?
I'm off duty until tomorrow. I was gonna have a small drink. Bit of a celebration. If you're interested.
Und
With
los.
all we've been through lately? Hell yes.
I only have enough to toast the day, not the captain. It's Armistice Day, when the first contact war ended. My family always marks it.
Oh.
Since I'm the only Williams aboard, I thought I'd ask you.
You can't think I'm the most patriotic person on the ship.
Nah, you just happened by at the right time.
Yeah.
Don't tell me you don't know about my family. My commanders always find out. It's not in my files or something?
Are you playing games with me?
I don't always play games, sir. I'm General Williams' granddaughter, the commander of the Shanxi garrison in the war.
Ja, ich habe keine
The
Ahnung, wer
only
das ist.
human ever to surrender to an alien race.
You're blacklisted because of your grandfather's cowardice.
Cowardice. That's what the Terra Firma party calls it. I'm not gonna let our name go down with Arnold and Quisling. Granddad deserved better than that.
What happened to your grandfather after the war?
He was relieved of command as soon as Shanxi was liberated. They brought him back to Earth in irons, but there was never a trial. They quietly demoted him and stuck him behind a desk. He retired a year later and spent the rest of his life working construction in the colonies. Sometimes we hear about attempts to get him exonerated in some official way. Nothing ever comes of them.
As I recall, your grandfather held out for a long time.
The Turians wrecked the orbitals in the first wave and occupied the major cities. They sat in orbit, dropping rocks on anything that moved. Granddad dispersed the troops, but when they went into the cities for supplies, the Turians would wreck a block to eliminate one fire team. Civilians were dying, his troops were starving, and he couldn't contact Alliance High Command. So he surrendered the garrison.
Sometimes you have to fight to the bitter end. You plan to bail if Saren gets the upper hand?
No, sir. I'd die to stop him if that's what it takes. Him and anyone else who tries to screw with the Alliance. So now you know. Gonna kick me off the ship, Skipper?
You're tough and decisive. I value those qualities.
Just consider me a fire and forget missile. But anyway, I've got things to do before we land. I'm sure you do too.
Dismissed, Chief.
Ah, sehr gut.
Sir.
Speichern. Rex, du alte Haubitze.
Shepard.
So, you'd rather be a merc than help your people?
I'm a fighter. It's what I do.
Aren't you at all worried about what will happen to the Krogan?
What the hell do you want me to do about it, Shepard? I'm tired of sticking my ass on the line and getting nothing for it.
So you decided to go your own way?
I decided killing for credits was better than killing for a lost cause. I'm no hero, Shepard. Bottom line, killing for credits simplifies things.
Exactly. That's why I hired you.
And that's why I joined, so I wouldn't have to deal with them. But there's a lot of Krogan mercs out there. I'm always running into them. Half the time I'm being paid to kill them. But that's just part of the job. You don't get to pick who your enemies are.
How long have you been a merc?
Long enough. I took my first contract right after I left my home system. It's good work if it doesn't kill you.
I get the feeling you enjoy your work.
Sure. You get to see the Galaxie on someone else's credits, and most days end with a good fight. I've tried more organized fighting, private armies and such, but it gets too messy. I fight best on my own, or in very small groups. I don't like people relying on me, and I bloody well don't like relying on them.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
So, als nächstes kommt die Tali dran. Hier müssen wir auch noch ein Wörtchen plaudern.
Shepard, I'm glad you're here.
Why are you so cheerful?
I'm sleeping much better now. I guess I'm getting used to how quiet your ship is. I still think a lot about my pilgrimage, though. I know Saren's our top priority, but with all the worlds we go to, I was hoping to find something to bring back to the flotilla.
You'd better not jeopardize my mission for the sake of your pilgrimage.
I won't. You have my word on that. But I'm not going to just give up on my search. The fleet needs the resources we find on our pilgrimages. Usually, people bring back something like a derelict ship we can use for salvage. But I need something bigger. There's a lot expected of me.
What's so special about you?
It's my father. He's the senior member of the Admiralty Board. He's one of only 5 people who can overrule the decisions of the Conclave for the good of the migrant fleet. My father is responsible for the lives of 17 million people. Our entire race is in his hands, and I'm his only child.
So are you some kind of heir to the Quarian throne or something?
No, it doesn't work that way. My father's position isn't hereditary. I'll probably never serve on the Admiralty Board myself. Officially, I'm just the same as any other citizen. But it doesn't work that way in practice. People have always treated me differently because of who my father is.
You must get all kinds of special privileges.
I probably had it easier than most growing up, but it's not all good. People like my father have enemies, and they're not above using me to get to him.
Why didn't you tell me this before?
I guess I'm just tired of people judging me because of who my father is. Everyone's waiting for me to do something great on my pilgrimage, something that will forever change our lives for the better. If I don't, it's like I failed, and that reflects badly on both me and my father.
What would you need to bring back to make everyone happy?
Something that would help us better understand the Geth. They've changed significantly since the exile. They've continued to evolve. We've done our best to study them, but it's not easy. They're very reclusive. Until recently, they never went beyond the borders of the Veil. And all the Geth we run into now are under Saren's control. We'd need to find Geth operating on their own, independently. But I don't want this to get in the way of our mission, Shepard. First, we stop Saren. Then I'll worry about my own problems.
Okay.
What was your father like?
It wasn't easy growing up as the daughter of one of the Admiralty. Even before he joined the board, he was a prominent figure. People looked to him for leadership. He had to set an example, and he expected the same of his daughter. Plus, he was pretty strict, a military man through and through. He never allowed me to settle for anything less than excellence. As a kid, I sometimes felt like he was pushing me too hard. But now I'm old enough to appreciate what he taught me. The world doesn't owe us anything. If we want something in life, we have to earn it.
Sounds like a tough upbringing. You don't resent your father at all?
Like I said, it wasn't easy. My father's not the kind of person you bond with. And he wasn't around all that much. Too busy. People counted on him, and he took his duties seriously. Even when he was around, he always seemed a bit distant. Like his mind was always somewhere else. Come to think of it, I can't ever remember seeing him smile. Not once. It's like he was always weighed down by all that responsibility. I mean, I know he cares about me, but he never really showed it. Not in the usual way. I guess the best thing I can say about my father is that I respect him.
Also ich muss schon sagen, ich mag diese ganzen Story-Sequenzen. Das macht es natürlich ein bisschen schwieriger zu streamen, weil ich kann ja dann nicht immer zwischen reinquatschen. War mega nice. Mega nice.
Where was your mother in all this?
Mother was around, but she always seemed to kind of blend into the background. Almost like she was overshadowed by my father. He tends to do that to people. She passed on about 5 years ago. Some airborne virus that swept through the fleet. Happens sometimes when the filters start to break down. I think my father took it pretty hard. After she was gone, he became even more focused on his work. I think that was his way of dealing with the grief.
I want to talk about something else.
Like what?
I should go.
Das reicht schon wieder.
See you later.
Wieder neu. Ja. So. Dann fehlen jetzt nur noch 2. Das war einmal der Caden und die Saren.
Anything you need, Commander?
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I didn't figure you'd have time to talk with all that's going on. There's gotta be some xenobiologists who want to read about the Thorian.
All in triplicate, I'm sure. Did you want to see me?
I'm just looking for an ear. The debriefing wasn't the right place to say how ridiculous this is. Seems like every other race in the galaxy is wrapped up in their own problems. They don't want to see what's coming.
It's up to the Alliance to take its proper place. Even if we have to kick its ass to convince it to kick theirs.
We're out here trying to save everyone. We can worry about who's king after the dust settles.
You sound like you want the aliens dictating to us.
I don't think many of them even want to. A lot of people don't understand that. I mean, it's only been 26 years since first contact. That's not a lot of time to understand them. But it was Vernus who made me see how human aliens are. They're not different or special. They're jerks and saints, just like us. Hell, by the time I got payback, I didn't even want it anymore.
I'm glad to hear the bastard got what he deserved.
He didn't deserve... He hurt a girl, broke her arm. She reached for a glass of water instead of pulling it biotically. She just wanted a drink without getting a nosebleed, you know? Like an idiot, I stood up. Didn't know what I was gonna do, just something. And Vernus lost it. Beat the crap out of me. Kept shouting how they should have bombed us back to the Stone Age. And that's when the knife came up. A military-issue talon, right in my face. I cut loose. Full biotic kick.
Ich muss mal kurz
Almost as
nach
strong
den
as I
Kindern
can
gucken.
manage now. At 17, that's something.
Like I said, he deserved it.
Vielleicht.
It killed him, Shepard. Snapped his neck. They probably could have saved him if they got him to an infirmary quick enough. But they didn't. Caused a stir when they shipped him home. Bot training was shut down.
War wohl nur
Kinetics folded a couple of years later. So, yeah, maybe I hated that Turian. I mean, if one ass was enough to judge a whole race, I'd hate humans too.
I don't know. You don't seem angry about the Council strong-arming the Alliance.
Commander, I thought real hard about how to use my talents. When I swore the oath to defend the Alliance, it wasn't on a whim. If it comes down to it, I am a soldier. I have to believe that my superiors can tell our enemies from people who disagree with us. If the Alliance is missing its chance, it's because of men like Udina, not the rest of the galaxy holding us back. Of course, your opinion is the one that matters, Commander.
Oh,
As long as you remember that, we'll do fine, Lieutenant.
Yes, sir. I should return to my duties now. Commander?
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
Commander?
So. Ist immer wieder spannend, wer mein Zeug abfüllt. Weil jedes Mal, wenn ich an diesem Schließfach vorbeilaufe, ist was Neues drin.
Commander, are you coming to check up on me?
You look much better. How are you feeling?
Dr. Chakwas assures me I am going to be fine. I was impressed with her knowledge of Asari physiology.
Alliance medical personnel take courses in alien biology, just in case.
I get the feeling you want to ask me something, Commander.
Tell me about yourself, Liara.
Me? I am afraid I am not very interesting, Commander. I spend most of my time on remote digs, unearthing mundane items buried in long-forgotten Prothean ruins.
You're right. That doesn't sound very interesting.
On occasion, I have run afoul of indigenous
Ich bin
life
so ein
forms or
Schambolzen.
stumbled across small bands of privateers. That probably does not seem very exciting to someone like you. I guess seeking out history's lost secrets holds a special appeal for me. I would give a century of my life to discover a beacon like the one you found on Eden Prime. You were actually touched by working Prothean technology. That is why I find you so fascinating, Commander.
Sounds like you want to dissect me in a lab somewhere.
What? No, I did not mean to insinuate. I never meant to offend you, Shepard. I only meant that you would be an interesting specimen for an in-depth study. No, that's even worse.
Calm down, Liara. I was only joking.
Joking? Oh, by the goddess, how could I be so dense? You must think I am a complete and utter fool. Now you know why I prefer to spend my time in the field with data disks and computers. I always seem to say something embarrassing around other people. Please, just pretend this conversation never happened.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
So, XP. Dann gehen wir doch mal zu den Schluchis nach da oben. So, wir haben nämlich ein bisschen eine Galaxie zu durchforsten. Ich bin mir fast sicher, dass wir den Rest hier schon komplett durchgeguckt haben. Hier haben wir die. So. Waren das? Wir hatten, glaube ich, hier alle. Dann ist das hier die nächste. Dann das da, das da, das da, das da. Und dann. Oh ja, natürlich. Auch noch 3 Stück. Ich glaube, es hackt. MSV Cornucopia, okay. Dann gucken wir uns zuerst die Planets an, dann Survey. Heavy metal surveyed. Scans from orbit have detected a large deposit of gold. Jo, Papa Bär, weißt du noch, was die ganzen Materialien gebracht haben? Bringt das Kohle? Ich weiß es nicht mehr. Ich habe auch irgendwie gar nichts in dem Spiel davon mitgekriegt. Außer, dass man es halt machen kann. Turian insignia recovered. Scans of Antida revealed a group of defunct turrets orbiting the planet. The Recon team carefully retrieved one of the turrets and brought it on board. Tardy dismantled the weapon and found it was marked with the Cartan outpost insignia.